Gentlemen, we are gathered here once again to conclude our conference with a valedictory function. Without taking much time to address the opening of this session, may I request Professor N. Senthil Kumar, Dean, School of Life Sciences, Mizoram University, to share a few words and also to summarize our conference.
Very good evening to all of you assembled here, the delegates, the invited speakers, the participants, research scholars and students. So we have our chief guest for today's valedictory program, Professor Lalnundanga, who is basically a professor in the Department of Forestry in the university, who is also a very good academician and researcher in the forest ecosystems. So we are very glad that our registrar could make time for us and be present among us during this program. So it is a great pleasure, sir, and we are very thankful for your presence. Yes. So we have in the 3 days conference basically. So tomorrow we are going to have online presentations. About 50 abstracts are going to be also presented online. And we have also arranged for a field trip for some of the participants who are interested to do so. So as such, in the 2 days program, yesterday and today, we had about 100 abstracts presented. So in total, we had 150 abstracts. So that was a huge response that initially we also did not expect that we will be receiving so many abstracts from across the country. So there nearly 36 institutions have participated from the northeastern states as well as from the mainland, from north to south, east to west, and lots of institutions within the northeast. So nearly 36 institutions and in a total of about 150 abstracts. It was a very tight program for the organizing committee to put the schedule in place and also to make the oral presentations in parallel and poster presentations and offline and online presentations. So luckily we had a very brilliant speakers from across the country who are the top scientists, top researchers in their own field of research. We had a very good collection. The last 2 days, I'm sure all the participants and the faculty and the attendees, the students basically, might have been very much benefited, very much glad to be present here, hearing to the scientific contents, and it was basically a feast that we had. So the faculty in the School of Life Sciences, the 3 departments are involved in this program, the Department of Botany, Zoology and Biotechnology. So all the 3 HODs acted as the organizing secretaries. They had co-organizing secretaries, they had organizing teams involving all the faculties in the departments, as well as many of the research scholars and students who all worked in tandem for last few weeks in bringing this program. We had a very good support of the students and scholars as well. So to go into the program, basically we have Professor Ramesh Bunratana from Mahidol University, Thailand, who was one of our chief guests in the inaugural program, and he had given a very good outline about the need and the scope of basically the issues in biodiversity that the country and the region as well as the whole world is facing. So we are very thankful to Professor Ramesh for his presence here, and we are very glad that he is among us. Thank you, sir. Followed by the keynote address of Professor Ramesh, we had Dr. Krishnakant Pulicherla, the member from Department of Science and Technology in New Delhi, who is also associated with Mizoram University for a long term in granting us a technology enabling center. We had been in association with him for a couple of years, already 3 to 4 years, and he is also very actively involved in the technology division where he promotes the innovation and to develop an ecosystem for creativity and innovation leading to bio-entrepreneurships. So he had an excellent talk, appreciated again by all the participants as well as our Vice Chancellor. And he had given us a broad outline about the scope and opportunities for the young minds of life sciences. So, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So, beyond that, we had split the session into two parallel sessions. So, we had hall 1 and 2. So, we had foreign speakers who couldn't make it for their presence in the last minute. We had Dr. Daniela Robles from University of Mexico. So, she spoke about basically the human disease research, how genomics could play a role in the mitigation of the disease. Then we had Dr. Tatiana Prokhorova, who from University of South Denmark, who spoke about the brain organoids and the human-induced pluripotent stem cells. So she also couldn't make it, and I mean, they were all ready to come in the beginning, and finally, due to their own constraints academically as well as officially, they couldn't make it. So, but they were glad enough to come online and even do some recorded talks, so which also was interesting. We had Dr. Firoz Ahmed from Aryanyak, Guwahati, who spoke about the natural resource management for sustainable living, biodiversity conservation, and climate resilience. So he is here physically, and he is a very active and dynamic researcher. So we thank you for your presence. Yeah. Followed by Dr. Firoz, it was Dr. Anil Kumar from Zoological Survey of India. So, Sir has a lot of experience, so we had a great exposure from him. His lifetime experience in the field, and I mean, the ideas that he imparted to the students and scholars were of great value. Yeah. So he spoke about the Indian birds and its implications for avian conservation. So he had covered up the diversity, the acoustic diversity in the vocalization, basically. So then we had oral presentations. So the 100 oral presentations were divided between the two halls within the 2 days. So oral presentations and cultural presentations were there in hall 1. And in hall 2 also, parallelly, there were sessions from after the keynote address. We had Dr. Dinesh Kumar, who is a genome scientist who had published in Science in the year 2008 itself about the whole genome of cow species. And so he has a very big bioinformatics facility. And he is basically a biologist, but he has a bachelor and master degree in law as well. So he does a lot of, research in patenting in GI, and so he is very, resourceful person, whom we had for the conference. So he spoke about the genetically engineered crops, their ethical issues, their legal issues as well. So followed by him, we had Dr. Swagnik Rai from the Department of Microbiology, Mizoram Medical College, who is also one of our close collaborators with Mizoram University. Many of our students are doing work there in his lab, who was also very much instrumental in doing the COVID testing in the state of Mizoram. So he spoke about the outbreak investigations and biosafety. Followed by Dr. Swagnik Rai, we had Dr. Priyanka Ingle from the Botanical Survey of India, Ministry of Environment and Forest from New Delhi. So, Madam spoke about the biodiversity of Van Wildlife Sanctuary and opportunities for conservation. So, thank you, Madam, for your presence here, and it was a great opportunity for us to interact with you. Following that, there were again oral and postal presentations in Hall 2 as well. Then we had a cultural program coordinated by Dr. Esther from Biotechnology Department. And it was very well organized, very well planned, showcasing the Mizo cultural history as well as modern songs as well. So we all enjoyed the program. I'm sure many of the participants had invited speakers also had given a very good feedback about the cultural program as well. So today, day 2, the keynote address started with Dr. Ashok Verma, who is from Advanced Center for Treatment Research and Education in Cancer, which is a part of the Tata Memorial Hospital in Mumbai, the research wing of Tata Hospital. He spoke about the proteomic study to evaluate the predictive and prognostic biomarkers in head and neck squamous cell carcinoma. So, Sir is one of the key person in the Northeast, He is a well-known figure among all the 8 states, which I also mentioned during his introduction. He has trained more than 500 human resources from the Northeast alone on the basic to advanced proteomics platform. So he has a very good bioinformatics facility, and he also is very interested in training and research as well. So we are thankful, sir, for your valuable time. Followed by Dr. Ashok Verma, we had Dr. Jaiditya Purkeshta from Help Earth Guwahati, who is the General Secretary. He spoke about Blue Mountain Chronicles. So he is also a very long-term collaborator with Mizoram University, especially with Dr. H.T. Lalnundanga on snakes, amphibians, in general on reptiles. So he is also a very active researcher. So we are very thankful to him for his presence here. We had Dr. Nasimul Hoda from Department of Chemistry, Jamia Millia Islamia, who spoke about the small molecule design and synthesis for developing the protein disintegrators, targeted misfolded proteins. So he was, I think he is not in the hall now, so he has left to the city. So his talk was also very good. Many of our faculty members were very interested to collaborate and interact with him even after his talk. So followed by that, we had Dr. Brithati Kaheli from Center for Brain Research in Indian Institute of Science. So she is one of the key players of the Genome India project, where our respected registrar is also one of the co-investigators. So recently, the 10,000 whole genome sequences of the human race, the Indian human races, so was published by the government of India. So that is going to lead to development of a chip for the Indian genomes for understanding the various disease patterns and the treatment strategies. Dr. Gauri Mishra came online from the Molecular Diagnostic and COVID-19 Kit Testing Laboratory from the National Institute of Biologicals, Noida. And her talk was also very, technical and very innovative, and I'm sure many of the young minds would have got ignited. Followed by that, another online talk by Dr. Sudha Balaji Palli from George Mason University, USA. So she spoke about the biodiversity conservation and other aspects. So I'm sure it was very useful to the participants and attendees. So in the afternoon, we had Professor Jogan Kalita, again our long-term collaborator and friend, who is also our well-wisher for our Mizoram University. So he's from the Department of Zoology, Guwahati University. He spoke on the detection of endocrine activity in common medicinal plants with a special reference to phytoestrogens. So his talk was also very igniting and innovative. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So we had oral and postal presentations in Hall 1 as well. So in Hall 2, after the keynote address by Dr. Ashok Verma, we had Professor Utpal Bora, a very critical and innovative person from IIT Guwahati, who is also our very good friend for almost 2 decades. And with his support, we have established few new research concepts in the DRDO project as well, in developing the silkworm waste as a feed for the military dogs, so for the proteins and the lipids to be utilized. So it is a very good interaction with him, and his talk was also very informative and very thought-provoking today. Yeah. Following that, we had Dr. Vidyut Sharma. I think Sir is not here at the moment. He has gone to visit botany department along with the botany HOD and staff. So he has sanctioned as the NICAP Center. He is one of the key person in the DBT for agricultural biotechnology research in the Northeast. So one of the sub-center is here in the botany department in MZU, and she spoke on the genome engineering for improvement of crop plants. He is also he has also developed a transgenic plants and released. So he is very well known figure internationally as well. So we had a very good interaction with him. And so with this, the 2 days program, of course, tomorrow I mentioned that it is all online presentations, nearly more than 40 presentations online, and field trip as well. So the conference is going to continue tomorrow as well. The participants can attend the online talks by the other registered participants as well. So this is the schedule that we had for the last 2 days. And thank you once again all of you for your presence here. It was a great feast for all of us. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Senthil Kumar, for addressing us with a crisp summary of all the sessions we've had so far in this two-day conference. Now we would like to facilitate our Registrar of Mizoram University, Professor Lalnundanga. For that, I would like to invite once again Professor Senthil Kumar to facilitate our Registrar. Thank you, Professor Senthil Kumar and Professor Lalnundanga. I now invite Dr. Michael, Department of Biotechnology, Mizoram University, for the prize distribution.
Wow, I can feel the tension. A very good afternoon to everyone present here today. So after 2 days of intensive review, thanks to our judges, we have come up with winners for both the poster and the oral presentation. And we have 6 winners in poster presentation, and we have 5 winners in oral presentation. And may I request our registrar to hand out the first 2 winners of poster presentation. So the first winner of poster presentation is Zhou Oma. And the paper title is Phosphate Solubilizing Fungus as Biofertilizer Production and Application in Mizoram. Zhou Oma. The next winner is Ankit Abhilash Swain. The next winner for poster presentation is Anima Debarma. And may I also call Kaelrin Zuali. So the next poster presentation winner is Punshi Singh. And the next is Christopher Roding Puya. And for oral presentation, we have 5 winners. The first oral presentation winner is Holiness Warji. And may I please request Dr. Ashok Verma to hand over the prize. Next is Chandan Kumar Ghosh. Next winner is Shabana Begum. And the next winner is Jigyasri Lahon. So this will be the last winner for today. Ayushmita Dutta. So those are the winners of poster and oral presentation. And we also have a certificate for presentation and for participation. So after the program, it will be on the desk in front of this hall. So please collect your certificate. Thank you.
Yeah, actually Professor Bityut Sharma from Assam Agriculture University has just arrived. So we had an introductory talk, sir. That time you were not on here. So our registrar is here. So we just wanted to introduce. Yeah. So Professor Bityut Sharma. And I also had missed out Dr. Anil Chiller from MD University, Haryana, who also was with us for the 2 days, and he was chairing the sessions, had a scientific interactions with us, and he also gave a lot of ideas for collaborative research that we'll be doing it in the future. So Dr. Anil Chiller is sitting here. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Michael, and congratulations once again to all the winners and participants. I hope this conference has added value and knowledge to each of us present here. We would like to know how well have our efforts resonated to you. I request anyone among the participants to give us feedback on the sessions we've had so far. Your feedbacks are invaluable to us and will help us in improving our conduct of the many more conferences to come.
Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, and dear scholars, good evening to one and all. I am Dr. Tamil Selvam, coming from Kerala, working as Assistant Director Biochemistry at National Ayurveda Research Institute for Panchakarma under Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. For me, this is the first time attending the conference, especially at the Northeast University. Here I have to specify that I give 2-3 points which I really impressed me. The one thing is the conference title was well adhered to the presentations. The presentations, the knowledge was from diversified fields. It started from the sustainable development, biodiversity, to genomics, proteomics, metabolomics level. And the presentations were from the eminent personalities, the policy makers from DST, and the cancer research persons from Actor Tata Memorial Cancer Centers, university professors, ornithologists, biologists, Ayush scientists, chemistry, core chemistry person, computational biologists, everything, every area, fundamental botany, zoology, BSI, ZSI, everything people came, attended, presented the papers, enriched the knowledge for the students and as well as the other scientists also, I have to say. The second thing is the timeline was very well maintained throughout the program, 2 days program. Very systematically, the events were scheduled and as well as executed, the things. And I have to say this openly that whenever we come across from the extreme southern part of India, we have that northeast, somewhat academically now only developing. Our universities, like University of Madras, it started before independence. Madurai Kamarajar University, Bharatidasan University, they are great universities. We are working very advanced levels. The research institutes at the southern part of India are working on the advanced science. Such impression I was having so far. But after seeing this conference and the program, working style of the professors and students, it totally, how I was very much wrong. Now I understand. People are working on the core area of biological sciences here also. The students are very wonderful research topics they are working. They are very studious according to communicating the professor. I understood that students are very keen to learn, that I never this one expected that rapid such a development, growth, and in the aspect of academic and research. As a research institute, how they are doing the research topics, core areas, the same topics and areas are as the academic institute Mizoram University is doing. So here, I have to say very, very wholehearted appreciations to the students and as well as the professors. So my best wishes to the students, my hearty regards to all the organizers, especially Dr. Senthil Kumar sir, Dr. Guru Subramanian sir, Dr. Avarshi sir, and other professors who are all worked behind the screen for the successful event. Thank you very much. I take the great impression about the Mizoram University to my home state. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Tamir Selvam, for your kind words of appreciation. Moving forward, I would like now to call upon Professor Lalnundanga, Registrar, Mizoram University, to deliver the valedictory message.
Good evening, everyone. The Professor Senthil, the Dean of the school, and the heads of the department under the school, and esteemed guests and invited speaker who are still sitting in the valedictory session, which I hardly experienced, and my colleague from the university, scholars, dear students, friends. I thank the organizer for inviting me this time as a part of this conference. First of all, I'd like to congratulate the organizer for successfully conducting this international conference. Just for the kind information of our guests who are from different parts of the country, as well from abroad. Yeah, just to commemorate, in commemoration of the G20 presidency here in India. Last year, I think the university commit an amount of some rupees for organizing this conference at the department level. We have 39 functioning departments and 7 and 8 centers in the university. I think if I'm not wrong, all the departments as well as the centers had conducted this kind of conference or seminar last year. This year, we have a different approach. We have 10 schools in the university. We have given and commit again this year for this kind of conference to our 10 schools under this Mizoram University. I think the School of Life Sciences, I think you are the last who are organizing this international conference. I think out of 10 schools has already conducted. And which impressed me, I have witnessed, I think out of the 10, I think if I'm not wrong, around 6, 7 of them. Which impressed me is that the topic, the conference topic that they have chosen. This time also it was very impressed that the recent trends in biological sciences. Wherever this kind of conference is organized here in Mizoram University, we are focusing mainly on the sustainability. Because looking into the engineering school, they also focus the sustainable development. Even in the social sciences also they are focusing sustainable development. So we are focusing in terms of this sustainability. So that was really impressed. And here, I am very much a part of life science also, I'm from this botany background. During those days, my specialization is a protein chemistry. But for a period of time, I did not continue working with this protein chemistry. Then I switch over, or I'm attached to this forestry department here in the university. My research interest is mainly on these medicinal plants, and I'm doing research mainly nowadays on this phytochemical analysis. So for that or in other field, I do not have much to say, but at least some points relating to this, the recent trends. In the field of these medicinal plants and this phytochemistry or phytochemical analysis, that I do not know whether some extract has been presented here or not. I think there may be some. So in this field, like you know, that taking from the index of the Scopus index data for the last 10 years, I think out of this 100,000, there's a 1 lakh people. They are mainly focusing on the discovery of drugs, new drugs. And then apart from that, there's a plant extract, or we may say that these unclassified drugs. So in the meantime, they are proposing that which part is neglected in that field, looking into the recent trends of these biological sciences. Because when we talk about these medicinal plant sciences, I think there's the technology that has to be involved in the cultivation part, that research input is very much neglected. Not only here in India, this is across the globe. So such kind of, I think, analysis in terms of what to say, like the or research that we are focusing, especially in biological sciences. So this time we are focusing the different corners of biological sciences, as we just heard from this Professor Senthil, from the conservation to the molecular level. To my understanding, I think if we have more collaborative kind of approach, and so if we have a convergence in the field of biological sciences, I think that may have a more impact in terms of new discoveries and in terms of sustainability. So these are some points which I would like to highlight in the valedictory session, though you have an intensive deliberation during these 2 days, and another more day is coming for online presentation tomorrow. So hopefully that even in that online presentation, so I think as one of the feedback that we just heard now, I think the trends of recent trends in biological sciences will be addressed. So university, the Mizoram University is a very young university, as you know. To be mentioned specifically, as I have an introduction, a short introduction with our guests from the DSC. Having a people on the spot itself create a great impact. Just like I just said to him that we haven't experienced before. Because he could see on the spot and the real situation over here, how we are running and doing different researches under different funding agencies. I said to him that we have an experience last time. I am from Forestry Department. We submitted one research project to NMPB, National Medicinal Plan Board. And then they analyzed from Delhi itself. And they have given that project to the other state. Let me not mention the name. But just after assigning that research project to that particular institution, the expert team came here in Mizoram University to attend one seminar. I think that was organized by this awareness. What they said is that if we could come before we allot that research project to that particular institution. So you have very much potential over here. So that is why, this is one example I would like to cite. That is why visiting and having a key person from the main to a place like Mizoram University, I think you can realize the potential, because I used to say that in different topics, this is challenges that we always said, and the potentials that we have had. Because for the Northeast regions, potentials also challenges. So that is why I think having people like you here in the very campus, I think it is worth to mention. And we hope that this may not be your first. And you are very much welcome at any time in this kind of, and your contribution, your suggestion and advice is welcome at any time. So with that, I once again congratulate the organizers. I congratulate the prize winner, and I congratulate the participants as well for having those, what to say, like eminent scientists, a face-to-face deliberation. So this kind of opportunity is not it is a kind of a rare occasion that you have it. So you have a very good opportunity. I congratulate the participants as well. So with that, I wish you all the best, and I wish you a safe journey back home. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor, for your thoughtful insight and warm appreciation. I would like to quote Ralph Emerson in his words, "The reward of a thing well done is having done it. However, we will fall short of our duties if we do not recognize a thing well done and encourage it." So for that, may I now request Professor Valedictory Kumar from Department of Botany, Mizoram University, to render the acknowledgements.
Thank you. Good evening to all of you. Respected Chairperson, Chief Guest of the program, distinguished professors, scientists, Chair and Co-Chair, Deans of the school, Heads of the department, fellow colleagues, and dear students. I am extremely happy to stand here and offer my vote of thanks on behalf of organizing committee. I would especially like to thank today's chief guest, our respected Registrar, Prof. Lalnundanga sir, for accepting our invitation and joining us today. As our Dean sir, Prof. Senthil Kumar sir, already mentioned about sir, but I must say, sir is professor in Department of Forestry and having very good research experience. But apart to this, as administrative officer, he is always providing his valuable support and guidance for all faculties, non-teaching staff, as well as students for development of the university. So, sir, thank you so much. My heartfelt thanks to all the respected keynote and invited speakers. Respected speakers, I can say your presence has boosted our energy, and your thoughts, your knowledge, and your discipline have inspired to each of us. Thank you all for your sparing your valuable time from your busy schedule. So thank you all our invited speakers and keynote address. And of course, we all are very thankful to our lovely participants who came from the different parts of our country. And I personally thank that all our participants for their nice presentations in their different sessions. I also extended my thanks to MJDU administrative officers and office staff for providing all necessary arrangements for the success of this very international conference. In addition to this, I also extend my special thanks to MJDU PRO Shell for their full support to capture this scientific gathering in their camera, as well as providing the media coverage. I put my thanks to the Dean, School of Education, for providing this both conference hall, Hall 1 and Hall 2, for organizing this event. Respected audience, I am very lucky to have such a wonderful teachers in School of Life Sciences, distributed in the beautiful 3 departments, Department of Biotechnology, Department of Botany, and Department of Zoology, who tirelessly work for the success of this conference. You know, from the day first, starting from the selection of the appropriate title and broader themes for the conference, then selection of our respected speakers, and arranging the programs, including hall, venue for pleasant stay of our guest, and the very tasty and you can say the healthy food. We all work together even me. Okay. We all work together to bring this very occasion in front of you. So my special thanks to all my respected faculties in the 3 departments, and most respectfully, our Dean, that Prof. N. Senthil Kumar. Lastly, on behalf of organizing committee, I can say this is not the last, this is the beginning. So with this hope, we'll meet next year again. Thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. As we move toward the end of our session, we have come to the realization that there is an end to everything, but knowledge indeed has no end, and there is always a beginning. I quote Ken Robinson, "Everyone has a talent. What's rare is the courage to follow it. If you are not prepared to be wrong, you'll never come up with anything original." Today, we witness an information symphony that will undoubtedly add value to each of our professional and personal lives. A big thank you to our esteemed speakers, our session chairs, participants, and organizing teams behind the scenes. As we disperse, I invite you all to visit the wonderful city of Aizawl, soak up its culture, its food, and its incredible sights. Let us not forget that we are part of a larger community where our knowledge and expertise can make a significant difference. Let's carry forward what we learned today to make our world a better place. Until we meet again, take care and have a wonderful year ahead. Thank you, everyone.
So, on behalf of all the participants, invited speakers, let's give a big thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Registrar, and organizing team of Dr. Senthil Kumar for such a great organization. It means we all were really very happy, and everybody was taken care of very nicely. So thank you so much. Please be seated.